It's a hot season in Kenya and nothing beats a chill dessert that will cool you down on a hot summer day like this. Hello and welcome back. This is Queen Gary from Mazuri Kitchen, and today we're making one of my favorite desserts, the tiramisu. Tiramisu means pick me up or cheer me up. It's a practically perfect and absolutely delicious no-bake Italian dessert. It's definitely one of those melt-in-your-mouth desserts that I can't get enough of. I remember the first time I had tiramisu was at an Italian restaurant when I visited the UK, and it was a life-changing experience. From then I knew I had to learn how to make it so that I could have it again and again. For me, tiramisu brings some good memories. It's so satisfying and rewarding when you make something as a home cook, and when you take a bite, you're able to pat yourself on the back and say, yes, this is exactly how I wanted it to taste. I also love tiramisu because it has all the best things in one package. It's made with layers of spongy lady fingers that are soaked in a strong brewed espresso coffee, then filled with an incredibly smooth, creamy and decadent mascarpone custard, and then dusted with some cocoa powder. But I don't stop there. I finish mine off with some grated chocolate. Today, tiramisu is very popular and there are so many variations of this dessert. I'm going to keep it classic and show you how to make a perfect tiramisu at home. It's not so hard to put together, so let's go ahead and do this. First of all, I'm going to start by brewing some strong espresso coffee. I'm going to add some hot water into the tank of a Mokka pot until it gets to the bottom of the safety valve. Next, I'm going to add some ground coffee into the funnel of the Mokka pot. Then I'll clean the sides and place it into the tank of the pot. I'll screw the upper chamber and place it on a hot plate. Make sure it's under low heat, and before you know it, you'll have your brewed coffee oozing out of the inside column. At this point, I'll let it fill until it starts to spurt. I'm going to close the upper chamber, then I'll remove it from the hot plate and wrap it with a damp kitchen towel to stop the boiling process. You want to do this to avoid having bitter coffee. Next, I'm going to pour the brewed coffee into a shallow bowl and add some white granulated sugar. At this point, it's common for people to add some rum, some amaretto liqueur or brandy, but I am going to keep it simple and skip that. I'll stir the coffee until all the sugar has dissolved, then I'll set it aside for later use. Now I'm going to crack an egg, and then I'll separate the egg yolk from the egg white. There are various ways of doing this. You can crack an egg into a bowl and grab the yolk using your hand and place it into a separate bowl. Alternatively, you can crack the egg onto your clean palm and let the egg white drip through your fingers into a bowl and place the yolk into a separate bowl. It's that simple. Now I'm going to place a saucepan with some shallow water onto a hot plate and bring that to a gentle simmer. While that is happening, I'm going to add some sugar into the bowl with the egg yolks, some vanilla extract, and a pinch of salt to awaken all the flavors. I'll now transfer it onto the pot with simmering water. Using an electric hand whisk, I'm going to beat the egg yolks on medium speed until the sugar dissolves. I'm using a double boiler because placing it under direct heat could scramble the egg yolks. I'll then increase the speed and continue to beat until it thickens and doubles in volume. You'll know it's ready when it has turned pale in color and forms a thick ribbon. Now I'm going to remove it from the heat and set it aside to cool completely. While that's cooling down, I'm going to add some homemade mascarpone cheese into a medium bowl and beat it until it is very smooth. This helps it incorporate well with the egg yolk mixture. We're going to add this into the egg yolk mixture that has now cooled down. We'll beat until well incorporated and set it aside. Next, we're going to pour some heavy whipping cream into a bowl in an ice bath. To this, I'm going to add a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract and whisk until medium peaks form. The whipped cream makes it richer, and that's how I like mine. Now, using a rubber spatula, I'm going to add half of the whipped cream into the mascarpone mixture and gently fold until just incorporated. And then I'll add the rest and fold until just combined. Then I'll set it aside. Moving on to our egg whites, I'm going to add a pinch of salt to that and whisk using an electric hand mixer until it's slightly foamy. And then I'll gradually add some sugar and keep whisking until stiff peaks form. I'm going to stop here and gradually add this into the mascarpone mixture. I'll gently fold it until it's well combined. The whipped egg whites contribute to a more airy and fluffy texture. Now that our mascarpone mixture is ready, it's time to assemble the tiramisu. I've got a clear baking pan which I'm going to use to lay our tiramisu. I'm going to be using some Italian ladyfingers or Sarvoiardi biscuits, and since they are dry and spongy, they will absorb quite a lot of coffee. I'm going to go straight ahead and briefly dunk them into the espresso coffee. That's about 2 to 3 seconds so that they don't become too soggy. I'll go ahead and evenly line them across the bottom of the pan, making sure they are tightly packed. Next, I'm going to add half of the mascarpone mixture to the bottom layer of the lady fingers and evenly spread that using a rubber spatula. Once we've done that, we're going to line another layer of lady fingers on top of the mascarpone mixture. Then we'll top it with the remaining mascarpone custard. We'll then evenly spread it out using an offset spatula and ensure all the edges are covered with the cream. I'll cover this with a plastic wrap and let it chill in the refrigerator for at least 8 hours. Tiramisu gets and tastes better as it sets. This gives the lady fingers time to absorb all the goodness from the mascarpone mixture. So be sure to make this ahead of time. So 8 hours have passed. Let's see what we have. I'll dust it with cocoa powder before serving, and to add to the texture, I'm going to grate a white chocolate over the top, then a dark chocolate for color contrast. Here comes the moment of truth. We're going to slice and serve the tiramisu. Look at how gorgeous those layers are. They are so tempting. Let me go ahead and take a bite. It's so delicious, just like the first time I had it in the UK. I hope you get a chance to give this a try soon and let me know on the comment section below. Also check out the description box below for the full recipe. If you've liked this recipe, hit the like button, subscribe, and see you on the next video. Bye!